Okay, so we're gonna have a heart to heart. And I feel like we need to do these more often because I know a lot of you guys be in your head. So let's talk about it. Content creation. First of all, I love what I do. I love what I do. And if you're new here, I've been a full time creator for 5 years. I love it. I love this life. Okay, so let's talk about it. I need you to focus on getting out of your head. There's so many of you guys who join my lives and we have our conversations, we have our discussions. And I still see so many of you guys talking about how you're afraid of what people are going to think, you're afraid of what your family's going to say. And mind you, you're not even doing any type of content that's inappropriate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe your content is workouts, maybe your content is cooking. Like, there's nothing even slightly societally wrong with the type of content you want to create. Now, myself, on the other hand, I've told you guys I am an OnlyFans creator and I'm slowly transitioning and pivoting out of that and getting into my online coaching. And if anybody should be worried about what someone may say, it would be someone like me. And I don't give two fucks, by the way. Like, I don't care. I'll meet them right where they have me fucked up at. But I'm saying all this to say to you, like, you continuing to worry about what people are going to say, what people are going to think, that's stagnating your own operation. You are torn between doing what you really love and doing what's going to make other people happy. I'm always going to tell you to choose to do what you love to do. And we can't keep worrying about what people are going to say. Oh, what if so and so finds out? Who cares? They don't even pay your bills. We got to stop living in high school. We're not in high school. Like, why do we put so much power on other people when it comes to our life? We only get one life. And you know what? You know what I really want you to know? Most people don't even really care. You think they care, but they really don't care. Listen, we all have our own lives. We all have our own problems. We all have things going on, okay? I promise you, sure, they might gossip in the moment real quick, maybe while they're at work for like 30 seconds. But after that 30 seconds of gossiping about you, if that's what they're doing, they're going back to their mundane life and their mundane thoughts, okay? And they're worried about how they're gonna pay Paul and rob Peter, okay? They're not really thinking about you like you think that they are. And even, even if they were, let's give them a benefit of the doubt. Even if they were, why do you care? Why do you care? Listen, I lived 6 years of life in misery. If you guys know my story, I got a job fresh out of college towards my degree. I thought I had arrived, okay? I was making good money. I don't have no kids, so it was great. And this was before COVID, before everything got really expensive. And for 6 years, I was miserable as hell because I didn't want to take a pay cut because I couldn't find another lab that was going to pay me anywhere close to what I was making at this lab. And then, two, I was so worried about what people were going to say. I used to live like that. And I didn't want to disappoint my family. I didn't want to lose rank in my friendships, even though that makes no sense. But this is what my 25-year-old self was thinking, which is bizarre. But hey, I'm just telling you what I was thinking. And so I just dealt with it. And I would drink all the time. I was crying all the time. I was overweight as hell. Like the version of me that y'all see today is nowhere near who I used to be 10 years ago. I cannot make this up. And it got to a point where I was so sick and tired of doing what I felt like people wanted me to do. And I was like, I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm about to be 30. I can't do this anymore. I cannot live the next 40 plus years of my life living for other people. I can't do it. And so I quit that job right during COVID. I quit on a whim. I had just bought a house. I didn't have any money saved up. Like I was living paycheck to paycheck, but I quit and I started my OnlyFans, and it's been nothing but up from there. And now, like I said, I'm pivoting. It was great. It did what it needed to do. I still do it to this day, but it's way more passive than it's ever been in my life. And I'm telling you guys, I got a lot of negative things said about me from my coworkers, well, ex coworkers at the time, my family, and my friends. Yes, everybody was coming for me, okay? Because it was considered so unconventional. But you know what I consider unconventional? Living your life to appease others. Yes, that is the most depressing and toxic way to live your life. And let me tell you, when I finally built up enough courage, and this took years of courage building, by the way, this didn't just happen, this was years of courage building. But when I finally did it, and I finally stopped caring, everything in my life got better. My finances got better. My skin got clearer. I lost weight. I stopped drinking. I stopped crying. I stopped crying, okay? I stopped hanging around people who really didn't like me in the first place. I stopped gossiping. Everything in my life flourished when I stopped worrying about other people and what they think about Jasmine. So, if you are looking for confirmation to do you, here it is. Do you and be unapologetic. Do you. And as long as you can sleep at night with the decisions that you make, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't care what anyone has to say. You only get one life, and don't waste it just to make other people happy. I'm telling you, it's toxic. And you know it's toxic. That's why you're torn. Because it's toxic. You can't even be yourself. Like, that's a very toxic way to live your life. And I'm telling you, when you overcome that and you just do it, you just do what you want to do, you start posting, you start creating, you just live your life for you, you are going to look back and be so happy that you did. And you're even going to start to question yourself, like, and why did I care so much about what people had to say? Yes. Yes. You are going to start evaluating your own situation and trying to figure out why did you care? Because it's a big deal, but it's really not. You're making it one. It's all in your head. So let's focus on getting out of our head, posting and doing what we want to do, and just being happy with ourselves and only being concerned with what we think about us, not what mom and dad say about us, not what our best friend says about us, not what our partner says about us, not what our coworkers say about us, but what we say about us. I figured I'd spread that information. Bye, you guys.